Was not expecting that one. Pause. Yeah. Stretch, Friday. Cobwebs off right quick. Woo! Okay, so boys, fellas, what's going on, man? We back in the building. AP, how you doing tonight, man?
God damn it, Ohio State. Y'all better score here in like 5 seconds.
Thank you for joining us, Alan. I know you normally got other obligations with on the mat with our big dog, the big homie Tennessee's one and only Sam. So we appreciate you starting off the show with us, man. We normally got four guys. We'll take three. Pause and
We got to talk about the game of the year that was on Wednesday night, right, Bobby?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We got. Oh wait, we hit the button. We got to check. We got to check the levels on the what button. Of course, man. We got a lot to go on right now, but we got to talk about pretty much the hottest thing right now. You know how we do with the warm up. We're just gonna go ahead and kick it real quick. Right now it's something sweeping the nation, especially in basketball arenas, all across the country. Your little sisters, aunt, cousins, everybody's playing this song. Everybody's messing with it. Old heads, bro. Like myself, Jay, Bobby, even are liking it because it gives us some nostalgic feel. Let's talk about it, man. So rappers want to be athletes and vice versa. Tweaker by G3, aka Leangelo Ball's song, is playing throughout arena stadiums and locker rooms across the country. Give us your favorite jock jam. Like when you're in the layup line and you get ready, you're warming up, you shoot your jumpers. I wish Jay was here. Shout out to Jay, who may be recovering from a strenuous day at work. I think he's gonna be on shortly. So shout out to Jay. Alan, I know you mentioned your pops being a coach. Did you guys get to play music like at the warm? When they come out the gym in the back and they get to the layup line for the girls? Was that ever a thing?
Yeah, it was. The thing was, my dad was still kind of living in the '90s, so there's a lot of the old '90s stuff.
Okay.
But some of it is actually good though. So some of it I can get down with.
Like, pump up the jam, pump it up.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's one of them, right?
I know Alan's not black, but
that's all international though. That song in particular is in it. Okay,
I get that.
I heard on multiple.
Hey, I could get down with Return of the Mac. Come on.
There you go. Right there you go. Return of the Mac. When I heard
this is how we do it.
Okay, there you go. Tell him. What is it? Live it up. Leg it up. That I heard that like once or twice at a gym that was non-African American. I've heard that. Bobby, man, you've coached and played some international ball, bro. What's the song that when they coming out, everybody's getting ready, they're getting hyped. This is something we're gonna play.
When I was coaching, I would say our thing was, and that's just the ultimate motivational song. I'm the realest in it. You already know. Got Trapper of the Year 4 times in a row. What they get you? A lifetime supply of bacon soda clientele. A rolling watch, 2 pots, and 3 scales.
You're right, man. You're right. I mean, you can never go wrong. You can never go wrong with like that Lil Jon. You know what I'm saying? I'm from that 2000s era. I'm from that 2000s era. We was getting when Lil Scrappy. You know what I'm saying? All that Lil Scrappy was happening. Crime Mob was a big one. You know what I'm saying? For the girls basketball team, I wish Jay was here so we could talk about it because he was really on the team or he was playing basketball for the era. Like when I got to high school, our girls basketball team was like state known, like 10 titles. Our coaches in the South Carolina Basketball Hall of Fame. God rest Coach Pellman. And I remember what was it? Stiletto Pumps in the club. Yeah. Like, we got the whole gym get to rocking for the girls layup line. For the girls layup line, our gym used to be packed. talking about standing room only because the girls were so good at that time.
People hate on the boy, but hey, you at the game. Hey, how about the bed? Turn my swag on.
Right?
Turn that on in
that
that
was
arena,
especially when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy
was everywhere when I was in high school.
Soldier Boy
swag
had
surfing.
Right, swag surfing. That's another one. And I'm older, but I was young. I just like gym, city league basketball. Like it was slam by Honor. Da, 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 da. Let the boys. I was a little boy. I'm missing the whole rim, just throwing balls to the ceiling at that time. But I was trying hard.
Using the hood that last days.
Oh
For those that don't know, Last Days Off the Head, it's the beat that Eminem and Lotto battled to in 8 Mile.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, should, because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. That's what they say in the street.
Yeah.
Man, but it's so many songs that I could really like as we go. Oh, wait a minute. I think Jay may be ready. And because like I said, he's got this because in reality, Jay did play basketball for our high school alma mater, and he also was involved some with the girls basketball team. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bring my guy Jay to the stage. Jay, what's good?
Correction. I didn't play.
He was good at basketball though. Like we knew Jay could play basketball, but he was mad at people and stuff happened. Yeah, that's what
stuff happened.
I was getting my Jimmy Butler on, so you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I was detrimental to the team.
Man, Jay, before we kick off the inaugural rec room, this is rec room in the hoop now. Even though we gotta change some of the songs and stuff. Jay, give us your layup line jam. You used to ball out there on Sprinkle. You used to ball in Sprinkle, Jay, right? You never did the rec room Sprinkle? No.
Nah.
When you got out at the city gym, what was you playing in your car?
Yeah, you couldn't get me to play ball when every game ended in a fight. First of all. Second of all,
shout out to Hardsburg City Gym, man.
No, you know. Sprinkle. The center.
Oh yeah, the center, the development center. Shout out to the development center, man. Hardsburg.
Yeah, that's all. I was like, nah, I'm not good for that. Funniest thing, man. When I was playing, and it's crazy because you said Last Days. I used to listen to Last Days for everything. It's just about, I don't know, just about everything. But around that time as well, I think I was still in that Can't Wait vibe. Redman, for some reason that got me hyped. Every time I pretty much got ready to go to play ball or whatever, it was Can't Wait. I can't really remember many others, but Can't Wait was always something I played. I literally played just about every time I got ready for a game. For some reason, it was just the whole vibe. Something about that.
Yeah, man. Well, big shouts out to LiAngelo Ball, you know what I'm saying, aka G3. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, son.
We're gonna
do it.
He's playing everywhere. Your favorite basketball player warms up the LiAngelo Ball right now. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? I'm a swear hit that corner. Woo. Everybody that type in
Nah, son.
That's exactly what it sounds like, a Louisiana song, man. But you can't bum skiggity bum bum. I come bum. You know what? That's not the one.
This is Rec Room Sports. Olympians carrying the torch, going where they don't go. We ain't lost. From the optics to the topics, we got this with synopsis. Think outside the boxes like Jay on the mic or your boy K Whit. Joe is my coach, T Sweat on the mix. All sports, even if you catch fish like Nate Diaz catches fist. You need to catch this episode, it's a can't miss. We go live and you should subscribe and X's and O's. We made our plan, yo.
Yeah, that's how we do it. That's a little better right there. What's going on, people? What's up? What's happening? How you doing, man? It's your boy K-Whit, man. We are in the building for the inaugural. That is right. Big words, SAT verbal. We did good on those. Inaugural episode of Rec Room Sports in the Hoop, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a round of applause for Rec Room Sports in the Hoop. Yeah, that might not. Okay, there we go. That sounds a little better. Okay, let's make some noise for Rec Room Sports in the Hoop. It's been a long time coming. We've done a lot of things. We've worked with a lot of people, but Jay, it's nothing like working for yourself. Bobby can attest to that, as we got a chance to check out the Audible podcast earlier today. Big shouts out to Bobby G, my guy. Mom, what it do? Well, okay. And then also big shouts out to our guy Alan, who is the host of
the
match.
I gotta do that.
Oh, you gotta do horns down. Shout out to everybody watching the Cotton Bowl, man. Big shouts out to Alan Perilous, who is the host.
I just realized I'm doing this, but I gotta remember they're playing right now, so I gotta.
On Demand has moved to Saturdays with our guy Sam. That's right, Tennessee's biggest fan, Sam. And we are in the building for Rec Room in the Hoop. Now, this is a little different. You know what I'm saying? Normally, we do Rec Room, the sports podcast, on Tuesdays, where Jay, Bobby, Allen, a host of others, including Jess Girl, April, get better, please and thank you. We do all sports, just about cover a myriad of things. But in the Hoop, man, we're gonna focus purely on basketball, which is is cool, because I think just about all of us have some type of sports background, especially basketball. Allen having coaching in his blood, Bobby having had played and coached overseas, Jay having had bullied many people on Ellis double rims at one point in time, and myself having had experienced the joy of playing for Clark Middle School and Orangeburg Wilkinson's B team. Yes, and many City League championships under my belt. I got several. You should come to my house. I got City League championships next to my dad's trophies. My dad's trophies are huge. Anyway, so we gonna talk some basketball today, man. I think this is a good one right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're gonna do. So we started the show with LiAngelo Ball. Yeah, my dad got my father it was something when I was younger. He used to live in the past. He came down and he brought all 30 some of his trophies. He got track medals and everything, just sitting around the living room while he watching Star Trek. That's my dad. Shout out to Bernie, man. Bernie, what it do? But yeah, let's go ahead and get it, man. Coming up next, man. So we're gonna start off the show in a familiar place, the Eastern Conference, right? Recently, the team of the hour was the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they just had a matchup with the surging OKC Thunder. That's right, the OKC Thunder. We're on a 15-game win streak. Okay, it's going crazy. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander looking good. Hartenstein coming from the Knicks onto the OKC Thunder is adding a whole nother tier of toughness, while their star Chet Holmgren is out. Then you got both the Williams boys. Like, it's a myriad of players that you can name on the OKC Thunder who play. But then somewhere in there, they ran into the Rock. The Rock known as Cleveland. The Cavaliers, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, Spider Mitchell. Did Spider play?
No, this ain't that. It's just me raising my hand.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but the rest of the Cleveland roster, out there. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland and OKC ends OKC's 15-game win streak. Are we prepared to call them the best team in the East? Go ahead, Bobby G. I see you got something to say. What's going on, bro?
I have a question before we get into that. Your dad's name was Bernie?
Yeah, my pops is Bernard, man. It's big
Okay.
Bernard. Big Bernie.
So if tomorrow we all went over to his house to watch the game, it would be a weekend at Bernie's, right?
Yes, it would. Correct. It would be a weekend at Bernie's. Yeah.
Dad
Correct.
jokes. I love dad jokes.
Dad jokes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna clip this and I'm gonna send it to him. He gonna laugh at this one. Yeah, my dad is an ex a 6'6", 6'5" ex basketball track running ass computer person. You never would have put them two things together. But
So he's
I'm-
the Terminator. That's what you're saying.
yeah, I just listen. You never in any other place you would never put them things together. But I promise you, it's my fault. So now back to where we were at, man. So Cleveland puts the bricks on the OKC win streak, man. Bobby G, we all know you, man. Las Vegas is where you at right now, but Cleveland is where you come from. As you got a chance to see them on Wednesday, man. What are your thoughts or your takeaways as they beat one of the West's best teams, or the West's
The best team in the West.
basically, right? What's your thoughts, bro?
It was a great game. It was great for the NBA. I spoke a little bit about it on Audible. If you tuned in, like the game, the viewership of that game was up 60% over primetime games this season. So that's just showing you the machine needs to get behind these teams. They need to get behind the small market, quote unquote, small market teams. Small market big news. There's no such thing right now. This is the age. This is a social media age. Like, markets don't matter. We got people passing down record deals because they're making millions of dollars on YouTube and streaming services. You know what I mean? Like, put these teams out there. They deserve it. They earned it. They earned it by their play, and then they went out and proved it. You're great basketball. People are down on the NBA because they're just calling it a big 3-point contest. Overall in this game, yes, a lot of 3-pointers were taken. But if you watch the game, they were all in the flow of the game, in the flow of offenses. They weren't just coming down, chuck a three. Okay, your turn. Come down, chuck a three. It was all in the flow of excellent offense was on display. Ball movement, player movement. Great coaching on both sides. You saw strategies intertwined, and we would run some sets for 5 to 6 minutes. OKC would make an adjustment. They switched to a zone to try and prevent us. And you saw us come down and do the same thing. They're like, it was basketball at its purest on display. Yes, I'm super excited that my team came out on top, but I was more impressed in the game itself. Just being a basketball fan, like, I fell in love with this game because of the visual, like the beauty in the game, the art, the mental aspect, the quote, the math. If you don't know, yes, basketball is math.
A lot of math.
Like, yeah. And this game had all of that. And I think the people showed their appreciation by tuning in. And just to expound on that, like the nightcap game, which was San Antonio and Milwaukee, 2 more small market teams. The viewership to that game was up 88%, which not only shows you that people tune in to watch the Cavs Thunder game, but they stuck around and watched another exciting game after that, and a battle between two current stars, Wemby and Giannis. And so, man, once upon a time, Andre Benjamin got up on the microphone and said, "Hey, man, the South got something to say." Well, these 4 teams showed us the other night that these small market teams got something to say. That they can play. You don't have to go to New York, LA, Miami. No, we got good teams and good players right here. We just need the NBA to put the machine behind them and put them out there.
You don't need a GM all on the court side, waving his hands. Come to Cleveland. Jay, man, you're normally the opposition, as your home team is on the is in the Western Conference. As you take a look at what took place on Wednesday with the OKC Thunder game, man. What's your takeaway from that?
Well, I was totally impressed by both teams. I expected that one team was gonna like hit a wall at some point during the game. When you talk about as many lead changes as it had and just just the constant effort from both teams. Um the thing about Cleveland, I think we got like 11 guys that at least uh play like 17 minutes a game, which kind of reminds me of like the best teams that I used to like watching. I mean, as far as like it had like depth on the bench. They can pretty much put two fives out and call it a day, and pretty much had a energy guy, that can come out, pretty much when somebody's in foul trouble, basically. Some type of disaster takes place. That person can come in, get a team a lift. But 11 guys, man, and I ain't trying to like I'm trying to think back to a team. All I can remember is my team with, what I'm saying, Steve Kerr and the time we pretty much like overloaded with starters on one team. And just being able to see not only 11 players average 17 points a game, but I can imagine some games that you can have like six or more guys in double figures. But nah, just the total effort of that whole game. I was more impressed with the next game that they played with Garland scoring 40. I think that was like the missing piece to me always was Garland. And the team, they pulled in some more guys like from out of nowhere. People said Struess wasn't gonna work out, and he done made a home. Kind of to me, he was struggling when he first got there. You thought he was gonna fall off from, you know, one of them guys get a big contract coming off a team that went to a championship game or NBA finals, and then they pretty much have a fall off. But Struess found him a home, and everybody else, man, is getting in the mix. The high low, I guess you could say high low, really low low. The low low, I'm gonna call it the low low. On the low
Hello.
low, you know what I'm saying? You got Allen. That was my thing. From last year to this year, everybody was saying it ain't gonna work. Allen gotta go. He gotta get out of here in order, you know what I'm saying? For this to work, Allen's done. He's not coming back. He's not going to be positive influence on the team. Yada yada yada. They found a way, man. Between two big guys, for them to do that 1-2 game, that's that's that is almost. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've actually ran something like that. Of course, we're not talking about two 6'10" guys. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about just two guys that play big men. Pretty much one pretty much facilitates in a way, deciphers the defense, and just pretty much pass it to the other big guy. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Just hot cake. You know what I'm saying? Hot potato. That it was like that. One big guy gets it. Here you go. It was it's I've seen it work. It's with them. I've seen it work in college and I've seen it work in high school. It's
Hmm.
almost unguardable with two capable big men. Sky's the limit with that, with just that one action. And then when you have all three guards, let's just say three guards, being
Hmm.
one is a small, or being one's a forward, or all three guys up top, and you got these two guys who can not only get boards, they can both play off of each other. Usually when you get a big guy, you got the other big guy just waiting. You know what I mean? Waiting for a rebound or waiting for something to come his way. It's not like that. They're active. They're both active in the defense, and just the guards pretty much complement them very well. Garland and Mitchell, just the way they play, it's a perfect mix. And then you got like I would say a sort of a European style coach.
Very much so. I like
I
that.
I you can't never. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Bobby feels about Blatch,
Black
but
David. Yeah, David Black back in
I,
the
ju-
day.
I you know
Oh,
I
David
just
Black.
Yeah, Black. I just feel like he didn't have a chance in hell.
No.
Nobody could coach that team, and then I didn't. There was no reason for a guy, you pull a no name, so to say, to coach that team. That was just the mistake from the get-go.
Well, it was, and I remember that year he was hired before we knew LeBron was coming back.
True. That is true. That is true. That has a lot to do with it. But it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, who will give him a chance now?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
International Spain.
It didn't look good for him. It didn't look good at all for him.
Yeah.
And basically that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't have a chance, but just that European style, I thought would have always worked for that team one way or another.
Yeah.
In the NBA, should I say? But I'm pretty impressed with the way they play. I just want them to keep it up because I don't like. I get to a point where you got these teams that you pretty much know that they're going to win. Both of these teams going to win 60 games or however it may be. And like I said, it's just I hate to watch the. Even though I was a Portland fan, I loved when Seattle did well. You know what I'm saying? Because the NBA was different back then. You know what I'm saying? But when Seattle did well, they was winning 60 games. We're talking about those finals matchups, but when your team wins 60 games, the expectations just go. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't care who else is out there. We won 60 games. That's how it used to be. I remember the Bucks when they had Sam Cassell, Ray Allen, Glenn Robinson. They won 60 games. Everybody thought that they was, oh man, they could. Everybody was so excited, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to get excited about a team, and the win will probably be more than one team this year, but win 60 games and don't.
Oh, hello, Jay.
The aliens got him. He got abducted.
Hey, married men act differently when they're alone. Where's shout out to Big Rod, man. Yo, Big Rod. What it do, big dog? We see you. We appreciate you. While we waiting on Jay to come back, Alan, you know what I'm saying? Throw in your 10 cents, man. So you got a chance to witness the game. OKC and Cleveland. What's your takeaways, man?
Well, Jay mentioned, the two big men for Cleveland, that how that offense is just, very hard to stop. That's also going to be us here in the near future once Chet comes back. When you have Hardenstein and Chet Holmgren on the court at the same time. So
I like how you thinking. I like how you.
That's going to be fun. People are wondering
Gotta hit
how these two teams. How does Cleveland have 30 wins? How does Oklahoma City have 30 wins? How are these two teams the two top teams in each conference? Well, you saw Wednesday night why it is, because like Bobby said, these teams play fundamental basketball. It's not, we're going to just, move up to the point and take a shot right away, or, throw it out to the corner and take the shot right away. They move the ball. Oklahoma City's been doing this the last few years, and that's part of the reason why they made the run that they did last year. They play team basketball from all the way to the start, tip off to even the interview at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And every time that the one guy gets interviewed, the whole team is there. I know everybody sees it. I know it's the same thing that goes on in Cleveland. Cleveland's got all that team camaraderie right now. It's not just about Donovan Mitchell. It's about everybody else on that team. And that's why these two teams are the best teams in the NBA. Why I feel, as of right now, that game was the game of the year. Because, like you said, you saw two teams adjusting on the fly, making adjustments all game long. It was a chess match. It was an old-fashioned NBA chess match. And that's the kind of games that people want to see. This is, again, we need more of this. And again, you got Wemby in San Antonio, who's having a great year. You just got Paolo Banchero back in Orlando, who had a great night tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The young stars are starting to take over the league, whether the league wants them to or not. Because what the fans want is the young talent. They're tired. No offense to LeBron, but they're tired of LeBron James. They're tired of Steph Curry. They're tired of the three-point contest every game. They want to see old school fundamental basketball. And Wednesday night we saw that.
I like it, Alan. I like it. Man, Jay, I see that you came back. Did you want to close out with anything before? Because I know you came out.
Yeah, yeah. Don't hit update now. Um, uh,
Speaking of update, 21-14 Ohio State.
hey, I ran
21-14
to the
Ohio State. Shout
TV.
out to the Cosmo.
Yeah, I tripped over this desk trying to get to the TV. I heard a yell. I was like, "Oh snap!" And yeah. But no. As far as I mean, I was about to close out. Like I said, it's exciting to see what they, like Bobby was saying, small market teams. Even though not all the small market teams are doing well. Um, it's exciting to see, and I'm kind of like, and then also with what Alan was saying, I'm tired of Steph, man. I'm not in the sense of seeing them do well, in the sense of seeing the playoffs be the same guys, the same team, and them pretty much hyping up the same people when there are so many stars in this league, so many young players. For God's sake, we're talking about a number 2 Houston Rocket, team. I don't know if they still will have the number 2 spot tonight, but
I
when
was
we
gonna
went
say
into
no one's been talking about Houston all
right,
year.
remember last season, what did I say?
Mhm.
I said I'm looking for Houston to be upwards of 4.
You're right.
When we talked about that, I said, why not? Maybe they might not end the season that way, but I was looking for them to be anywhere between 2 and 5 is kind of low. When you're talking about
Houston's still number 2, by the way. They're a game and a
right.
half. They're a game and a half ahead of Memphis for the 2 seed right now.
We'll see what happens, but so far so good. You got Van. I was gonna give him another name, but that guy Fred Van Vliet, whatever his name
Ed
is.
Van Vliet, yeah, he balling.
Yeah, he's starting to, I guess, pay dividends for that team, rather than getting kicked
He's
out of
still a
games.
sucker though.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I figured that was coming. But yeah, he's playing better. He's playing his age now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't mean in the sense of athleticism. I'm talking about he was ooh, I was about he was being
He's helping the young guys along, is basically what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, he's
nah,
being he's being a
nah,
facilitator.
he was being a bit he was he was being a bit saucy
Saucy.
early in the
Pause.
yeah.
Saucy.
He was being a bit saucy earlier in the league. I mean earlier in the season. So yeah, man. No, something's up with that guy, man. Yeah. But nah, I mean that was pretty much it, man. I'm excited to see what comes ahead, man. Who cares about the Thunder? Who cares about the Cavs? Let's keep it moving.
Before we close out though, no, I
Right.
went off on the NBA, but like 3 tidbits on national game and things that did impress me. One, Jared Allen outplayed Isaiah Hartenstein, not by a
Who?
lot. Jared Allen, he outplayed Isaiah Hartenstein, not by a lot.
Okay.
He
Okay.
did outplay him in the game. The reason that's important is because the first year this Cavs team made the playoff. We played the Knicks in the playoffs. Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson basically punked Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Wednesday, you could see the growth in both of them from that series. They were not going to let that happen, and they didn't let that happen. That's why that's important. Two, with about 6 minutes left in the game, Donovan Mitchell, he shot 3 for 16 in the game, but he hit a big corner 3 to extend the lead. The reason that's important is because the pass came from Darius Garland. Last year in the playoffs, Darius Garland struggled against the Magic, and there was a possession where he missed the corner 3. We got the offensive rebound. It got swung back around to Donovan Mitchell, and he immediately hit Darius right back in the corner, and he made it. After he made that shot, the Magic called timeout, and you saw Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland kind of, bro hug, because Donovan knew he needed that.
Right.
That possession in the Thunder game reminded me of how this flipped. Donovan was off. Darius Garland knew he needed a shot like that, and he fed him in the corner to get him, get him back, keep him in the game. That's what point guards do. And third, hey, we get to do it again next week. Because next week we'll be in Oklahoma City for the rematch. So,
Hey man, look, it's a back and forth thing right now with these two teams. I was excited to watch the game. They made a big fuss about it, of course, on all the sports media. Real quick, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that popped off on the numbers wise side. Just like you mentioned, man, Jared Allen, 21 or 20, excuse me, 25 and 11, big deal. Evan Mobley, 21 and 10, even bigger deal. Dean Wade, and I've been watching all these podcasts. Everybody's like, yo, we cannot call him D Wade. I'm sorry, he's not D Wade, but Dean Wade. Okay, no little known player, dropped 11 points. Max Strus is out here, and Max, and for real, Max Strus on the Heat a year or two ago was a whole nother force, object, man. So big shouts out to Max Strus. But then on the other side, the OKC's squad right now, man. Look, it's so many players that had contributions. I love the way, like Jay said, the distribution of points is right here, because it looks like everybody at least got a touch. Everybody scored except for the two DMPs, which was Caruso due to injury, illness, and Alex Dukas. So that's very rare that everybody gets in the game, everybody gets a touch, everybody gets a shot, and somewhere in there, as a collective, they shot 35% from three. And the new NBA, you got to hit the threes. As a collective, the Cleveland Cavaliers shot 41% from three. All right, Big Ron, what to do those season 6? Yeah, who they playing though? Who they playing, Big Ron? That's the question.
I think we found out Wednesday who they're playing. They're playing Oklahoma City.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I'm talking about who we gonna see who they play in the East first.
You talking about the Cavs?
Talk about the Cavs. Oh man.
Oh no, I was gonna say I wouldn't even talk about the Celtics. It's going to be the Cavs and Thunder.
I mean, but C's could also be representative of Cavs. So
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, C's is the Celtics, the C's and Cavs. We'll figure out what Big Ron say. C's is and Cavs in 6. Thanks, Big Ron. We appreciate that. I'm thinking C's and Celtics. But anyway, we're gonna continue to go. So pretty much, man, we just went through this one, right? Cavs and OKC, a preview of the 2025 NBA Finals matchup. Like, the idea is, what teams can hinder either of them from making that NBA Finals appearance? I'm talking about making to the Western Conference Finals or making to the Eastern Conference Finals. Is there a possibility? Like for me right now, little to no lore is being put on the emphasis of what's going on in a place like Denver. Okay. Everybody at one point in time, and this is my quick analysis. Right now, everybody was so down on my boy Russ. Oh, he'll never be the same. Oh, Russ got to shoot. The game has changed. Russ can't shoot threes, yada, yada, yada. But you know what Russ can do? Be an accessory. Russ is a great accessory to Jokic. They got this no-look pass thing. They got this give-and-go thing they got going on right now. As I see here, Denver is now 21 and 15. Right at 58%. And they balling. You know what I'm saying? So and this is just at the right time where a team like Denver picks up steam and makes their way into the playoffs with a healthy Jokic, a healthy Murray, and the rest of the boys are being, chugged along or being pushed along by the motor of not just Jokic, but Russell Westbrook. And I think that's a big deal, because somewhere in the playoffs last year, I think the objectivity of Jokic being the facilitator and the scorer and the rebounder really wore him out. But if you get somebody like Russ, who can do pretty much everything except for shoot threes, you know what I'm saying? If we do everything except for shoot threes on a consistent basis, you know what I'm saying? Because Russ had a big three. Russ hit a big three in LA the other day and went crazy, went nuts, started cursing everybody out on the side. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that sounds like Russ.
Right. That sounds just like Russ. If Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic can play healthy well into the playoffs, that's a 1-2 combination you got to look out for that can contend up against somebody like an OKC. But then in the East Coast, you know what it is, man? The Knicks are still balling. The Celtics still balling.
Oh, they were balling tonight.
Hey,
balling tonight.
Hey, they get their love. So my point to you guys is, what roadblocks can you foresee in either the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference that may hinder a Cavs OKC finals matchup? What teams we looking at? We'll start with Allen right there.
I mean, you kind of listed the two, really. You got the Knicks, the Nuggets. You could throw the Celtics in there. But in reality, the teams that could hinder these two teams are themselves. If the Cavs and Thunder don't play to their full potential,
I like that one.
They could potentially knock themselves out. Kind of like what happened, with Oklahoma City last year against Dallas. Kind of what happened with the Cavs against the what was it, the Knicks that they lost to, or was it the Pacers
in the playoffs?
In the playoffs,
the Knicks.
The Knicks got them. The Knicks got them.
Yeah. So
half broken Knicks too. Yeah. They only had like 6 people play. 7.
So yeah, really, if these teams don't play to their full potential, and like I said, we'll be getting Chet back too, so that'll help us. But if these two teams don't play to their full potential, they could potentially knock themselves out of the playoffs. So, but yeah, you've still got Denver. Houston could be a threat if they continue to play as good as they are. Memphis with Ja healthy now, that could be a threat in the West. Celtics, Knicks in the East. Those are probably the only 2 teams I see that could give Cleveland a run for their money. But yeah, really, in reality, it's themselves that could keep themselves from getting to that spot.
See, Alan, that's why we like you on the show, bro. You see, a lot of people was going to say stuff, but that one right there, you get a bomb off that one. That was a little. Jay, man, roadblocks for either side. What you thinking, bro?
I mean, just like Alan said, man, themselves. At this point, you have enough of a lead to pretty much kind of coast, lose a game here and there. But no, it will definitely be themselves at this point. There will be some teams emerging, of course. Respectively, you have, just like Ron said, Denver and the Celtics. And no, I'm not a Russ hater, Ron. It's just the fact that I like when people earn everything, like everything. You understand? That's all. If he got 11 rebounds and the 12th one, somebody say, hey, you can have that one, dog. You know what I'm saying? And like, damn,
So, do you respect Michael Strahan's sack record?
Oh, here we go.
I didn't respect
sack record.
Okay, to respect the sack, I gotta respect the person that he sacked. And
what?
I just didn't respect the way he took a dive like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that sucked. What did y'all do? Like, did y'all really like laugh about this on the bar the night before, saying, "Oh, I'll give you the sack. I'll give you the sack." Like, what happened? You know what I mean? I wish that dude would have beat his ass for real. Like, you owe me a sack. Hey, if dude would have beat his ass right there
that was,
on
I know what you're talking
TV,
about. That was
son.
crazy.
If he would have just yoked him up, like, you owe me a sack and I want it now. He's like, oh, you owe me a sack. I thought he was gonna hit him. I was like, yo, this is it. This is must.
He was serious too. He was
serious. I mean, nah, like again, we're talking about a phenomenal guy, man, phenomenal player. It's just that I just wish, it's not like it's tainted because of that. It's just that I do recall some games where Steven Adams and whoever else was on that team, and it was like letting the ball bounce 3 times in order, for him to get the ball. And come on, that was it. That's all, man. I just didn't like that part of it. Like, shit, and what's wrong with being a couple rebounds short, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see that as actually earning, man. That's all. That's all. So the answer is no to straight hand.
No straight hand. Bobby G, man, I know we know you're gonna go. We know we're gonna go with Cleveland. But if you got a hindrance for the other side for OKC, what teams could you foresee putting up a fight in a 4-game series on the West Coast, bro?
No, actually, I was gonna go OKC because there's 2 things I can see standing in their way. healthy John Morant,
Ooh,
and
like that.
and Sam Presti, their own GM. Because if it wasn't clear, like the other night, their front court gave up 57 points, 14 assists, 25 rebounds
It's
to
not Veal.
Mobley, Wade, and Jared Allen.
Mm.
Man, we putting draft picks in the freezer like it's Veal and shit. Like, no,
Yeah. Please,
it's
please. They showed you the other night. Yes, they're a good team, and the thing that killed them in the playoffs, they need another big body.
Yeah,
I
man.
know Chet is out, but even when Chet gets back, you're gonna need another big body behind Hartenstein and Chet. They need Jalen Williams. Ain't cutting it.
Jalen Williams plays big though. I give him that.
they need
No,
a
I don't
wing.
mean no. I mean the other Jalen Williams.
The other,
The,
okay,
the Arkansas one. The Arkansas one.
Yeah,
got you.
like he's not cutting it. He's
Not
cutting it.
not J Dub. J Will.
Yeah,
They
Nah,
They need
J-
a
J-
goon.
J Dub's killing it. J Dub's killing it.
Yeah, they need a third big. Like if that game didn't show you anything else, you need a third big. Like because teams.
I mean, we got a 1 in 4 shot to get it this draft. So
forget the draft. Use these picks. Go trade for somebody.
Go get somebody
Go get
that's in
somebody.
the league right now.
Yeah, like y'all need a really hey.
It's some centers
Like-
in the G League that I've been watching on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
Actually, Drew Timmy is putting up 38, 40 points, averaging 25. I don't know if y'all remember
mind Drew Timmy at all.
Drew Timmy. For real. I actually clicked on one of the links, like the G League is going live, and I watched Drew Timmy put up about 8 points. I'm talking about Drew Timmy, old school. Spin moves, good. What is it, Jay? Them old school up and unders. Drew Timmy got them old school up and unders on them boys, man. And Drew Timmy would be great in an OKC jersey right now. And he got the headband still.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed, man. Zach Edey can play.
Yes.
And Zach Edey is not afraid of any big in this league.
No.
Like he's going to be there in the playoffs. You look at the Rockets, Şengün. He can play.
Yeah, baby.
Like you got teams are going to watch it. We aren't the only ones that's fast watching the game. The rest of the league was watching that game, and they're going to see that we can attack these guys inside and wear them down. That could be a problem come playoff time when you get Hartenstein in foul trouble. Now what? You're going to play Chet at the 5 for the rest of the game? That's not going to work against the Joker. That's not Please go get it. Yeah, go get another big, Presti. Get work the phones. Earn your GM of the year nomination.
It's coming, man. It's coming. Paul, pause. So guys, I love how we're doing this right now. We're getting closer to the top of that first hour, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you. This is now recently. I don't know if y'all know, but this is Rec Room Sports in the Hoop right now. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Rec Room Sports group of podcasts. We're going in right now. I really feel like this is one of those shows where we'll look back on this and go, man, we was really talking that talk. So big shouts out to everybody in the live right now. Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend. We got our guy Big Ron in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my man, Tanner Dawson, T-Dawes. What it do? Shout out to Tanner Dawson. Oh, where's that, Tanner? Because you know what we do, Tanner. We gotta lock it in on Saturdays with our guy Tanner Dawson right here on the Rec Room Sports group of podcasts. We got sports betting, we got handicapping, we got kneecapping if you don't pay. We got all that stuff right here right here on the Rec Room Sports group of podcasts. Now, I got another topic for the guys, man. I think this is a good one. And everybody who's
real quick, Whit, before you go, can I say something real quick?
Hey, bro, yeah, do you think? What's up?
I would like to formally congratulate the Ohio State Buckeyes for making it to the national championship game. They are up 28-14 with less than 2 minutes to go. Buck Texas. There you go.
Wow. Quinn Ewers, you're going into the league. Arch Manning, get ready. That's all I'm gonna say. Arch Manning, get ready. But if this is one that's near and dear to my heart right now. We've all been watching the NBA over the years, as someone that has been a perennial figure of bad mouthing maybe, or even just disruptive behavior, conduct detrimental to the team, not just one team, y'all. Just about maybe conduct detrimental to about 4 teams in like a 8-9 year period. And we talking about Jimmy Butler, man. It's unfortunate, and I'm gonna read it just to make sure I'm not quoting the source incorrectly. Hold on one second. I got it right here. Okay, so Jimmy Butler was suspended from the Miami Heat for conduct detrimental to the team. The suspension followed reports that Butler had publicly expressed his desire to be traded. But this ain't the first time Jimmy Butler has done something like this, and we all know the Heat organization, who was run with an iron fist by Pat Riley. That probably didn't sit well with him. So my next question for the homies is, so the Burt Bridges, right? So of course, just like I said, 4-time All-Star Jimmy Butler was suspended for poor conduct. You know what I'm saying? Detrimental to the team. Is this a bad look for Jimmy, or is it basically a bad look for the Heat and their front office, aka Pat Riley? I listened to All the Smoke podcast. I listened to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Carmelo and Blake Griffin the other day. Shout out to Blake Griffin, who's going to be doing basketball analysis for Amazon. Blake Griffin's going to get a check. I promise you that. You know, he's pretty good at what he does. And they were describing the conduct that Jimmy Butler normally goes through and how it's changed in Miami. Is this one of them times where, like, you know, we gotta blame the Heat culture for not helping Jimmy, or is it just another Jimmy Butler having a fit moment? And I'm gonna start with Jake on this one, man. What you think?
Seemed like he wow, yeah, they have that picture. Uh
Hold on,
um
wait, because I forgot. Wait, this one right here, right? So we got this music. We got the emo picture. Got to put the sad music on. Got to put the emo.
fire away. Wow. Yeah, so it I mean, he's like he's like that chick with the bad body that won't cook and won't clean. Um Eventually, you know what I'm
What?
saying, they wear their welcome out. He's pretty much like, get out. I'm done. We done. You know what I'm saying? you know, sorry, that was pretty savage, but you get it. You understand what I'm trying to say? Sort of. It's just you bring a certain, hey, I can help your team. And then honestly, the Heat have not they failed Jimmy because they didn't put, that star next to him. You know what I mean? But it's always something with Jimmy. Much classic the way he handled himself in Minnesota. That was awesome. I wish I was there at that practice. I wish I was the media watching that practice, yo. I would have pulled my phone out like, yo, son, yeah, man, I remember this for the rest of my life, yo. I'll always look at this if I want to laugh, yo. Just the things that he said to his teammates and just scrubbing them out. The fact that he took the 5 worst players on the team, and then four other guys who were the worst on the team, and pretty much won with them, and you know, pretty much going at everybody else, going at Big Cat, going at everybody on that team that was on that current team.
Wiggins too, right? It
Uh,
was Wiggins on that team too at the time.
Yeah,
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 uh,
Wiggins.
Wiggins. See, he was directing it more towards, from what I can't, I forgot how he was
It was
he was directing
Cat
it.
and Wiggins. Called them lazy. Lazy
Yeah,
superstars.
Soft or something, right?
and it's just one of those things where I think finally, Jimmy did all he could do, man. When you look at this finals running, the 2020, in the bubble. I mean, that
Yeah,
man almost died on the court, man. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if y'all saw his video. I don't know what he was doing with some kid. The kid was doing something and he gave him a compliment and he was like, "Man, you doing great." He was like, "You see that? See what I did? You see what I did? I'm lifting you up. I'm uplifting you. I'm not bringing you down. I'm lifting you up. I lift up my employees." I was like,
Mm,
"Ooh." So,
wow.
there's definitely some warfare going on. I hope Pat Riley. The only way that this smooths over is if Pat Riley just has a heart to say, you know what, where you want to go? Because if not, which I imagine this is the way it's gonna go. If not, it's not gonna go well. Like he's gonna try and probably send Jimmy to a G League team, man.
Wow.
I mean, I'm serious. If Pat Riley can actually do some shit like that for real, he would probably send dude to a G League team just to be petty. But just it's sad because you seeing the ugliness of both sides. Pat Riley, who's kind of losing, who might say that he's losing his touch, and then you got Jimmy, who's, it's kind of running out. Like, where else can you go at this point? You know what I mean? So it's yeah, people need your services, but dude, you're not getting any younger. I just want you to kind of like find you a team to call home and be there, stay there, love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy's just weird, man. I don't know. Like, what do y'all feel? Y'all, this doesn't remind y'all of oh my gosh. Man, this doesn't remind you of it's gonna come back to me, this guy's name. But we used to see guys, man, they used to go through the league. There was a reason why there was goons on a team that was on every team. Like he put on a different jersey just about every year, but every year he was going there and knock your ass out. He was good for that. You know what I'm saying? And those guys, you could take them in a bar fight. You could take them, certain places. But as far as the team aspect, everybody just
I
one
almost want to
as
say Dennis Rodman when you mentioned that.
I like Dennis.
I wanted to, but no, because Dennis disrespected the team in another way. You know what I'm saying? Like he just didn't care. I'm gonna get shit faced, and then I'll see y'all next week. Like, yo, we got a game tomorrow.
Either that
Yeah,
or
yeah.
show up on Nitro for some reason.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing with Dennis Rodman. He
Like
still
Vernon
was
Maxwell type goon. Like
Vernon Maxwell. He had his days. He had his days where it's like,
he was
yeah,
goonish. He was
he
goonish.
done
Vernon Maxwell
he
was like,
lost his damn mind. He had his days. He lost his damn mind. But you had a team full of guards. You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't gonna be there, Kenny was gonna step up. If he wasn't gonna be there, Sam Cassell might step up. Mario Ellie throw a couple threes, and you know what I'm saying? It was nothing. That was it's Jimmy is unprecedented, man. He's different. He's being a bit different, and I want him to find a home, man. I want him to find a home. He thought he found one in damn Chicago.
like Jimmy a puppy or something. You know what I'm saying? Will you take
Like
this
for real, man. Like dog,
small
like in
forward to be
Chicago.
to be on your leader on your team,
Nah,
but just 99 cents a day.
right, but you don't often see players who start off so humble. He was living in his car, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
was home, and then now he out here. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like not very often you see a turnaround. Like this is damn near like Living Large. Remember the movie Living Large?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Jimmy started to look different. Started to look different, man. It just from you don't normally see people start off so humble, man, and I'm not saying he can't voice his opinion. I'm just saying like dude, just be more professional, man. Just try to.
Try.
Mm-mm.
That's a hard thing for Jimmy to do. If he ain't got them cowboy boots and them what is it? The Michelob Ultras, man, he ain't rocking. Bobby G, when we think about what's going on with our boy Jimmy Butler, how you feel about that, man?
So I'm on the opposite side of Jay. It's the most titled person in the NBA is Pat Riley. And it's been that way for a long time. We talk about this heat culture, but it's really just Pat Riley's stubbornness. Like this didn't have to be a situation. And Pat Riley's basically just trying to use the situation to flex. Jimmy Butler's not the first person in history of the NBA to demand a trade. I remember just not too long ago, Anthony Davis demanded a trade out of New Orleans. Did he get suspended? No.
No.
Jimmy asked out of Minnesota. Did he get suspended? No. When have we ever heard a player demand a trade? Dame Lillard, did he get suspended? No. This is Pat Riley trying to flex on who's got the power.
I like that.
Jimmy Butler came to you in the offseason. You know this man deal is up at the end of this year. He's got a player option, which he planned on declining. He came to you for a contract extension. You didn't want to pay the man. This should have been handled then. Jimmy, we're not going to extend. We're not thinking about it. What you want to do? All right, then trade me.
He went to the Jerry Jones School of Management.
Yeah, more like Jerry Jones went to the Pat Riley School.
Pat Riley made his old school.
Yeah. Pat Riley wrote the book because this ain't the first time he's done it. Remember, Pat Riley let LeBron James walk. No compensation.
Wow.
Pat Riley let Dwayne Wade County leave Miami.
After bombs on that one.
No compensation. Like Pat Riley has been flexing with this team and leaning on the fact that the media loves it because it's heat culture. And really, it's just the stubbornness of one man.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would rather lose superstars and keep your reputation than try and handle a situation professionally. You talking about being professional? Why is this in the media? Because the Heat are making it a media thing. Wasn't it Pat Riley the one that came out and said, we're not going to trade Jimmy Butler after he asked you to privately? I mean, is that professional? Like somebody, he's the last of a dying breed. Like I know people talk about this being a player empowered league and how the players act, but this is one of those situations where nobody speaks on how the team acts. And like let's say the situation never happened. Let's say everything was good. Jimmy Butler's the happiest dude on earth. You know what Pat Riley could do without warning? Trade him.
Does Jimmy? I need to look that up. Hold on. Go ahead.
He could trade him without warning. He can trade anybody on that roster without warning. So you want to be pissed because now this man wants out of your system. This man, like Jay said, damn near died taking your team to the finals. Like to me, one of the greatest images in the history of the NBA is after that game 7, Jimmy Butler leaned over on the stand from pure exhaustion because he didn't get a break that entire bubble from carrying the squad to the finals. And that moment, he could finally let go and just breathe.
I thought he Earl. Didn't he Earl?
I don't know if he did or didn't, but I just remember being hunched over like from pure exhaustion. Like carrying freaking Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. These are the guys he took. He played LeBron for a summer. And just to show it wasn't a fluke, he did it again a couple years ago. For people who discount the bubble. Oh yeah, he came back and did it during an actual NBA season. Again.
He did.
And not from the 1 seed, the 2 seed, from the 8 seed.
From the bike.
From the play-in tournament.
From the bike. Back the inaugural play-in tournament. So nobody knew what was going to happen. So yeah, you're right about that.
Like, get a man the money or this could have been handled way much better. And it starts with Pat Riley.
and I'm gonna throw this in there, man. Because since we on this subject, I did not know that Jimmy Butler did not have a no trade clause in his contract. I swore the point was he got a no trade. That's why it's so difficult to get him away from teams. I thought that was the point. Like he got a no trade. That's why every time he make all this noise, it takes forever to get him somewhere because he has to kind of pick where he's going. But and you're right. And I'm gonna kick some more science. I think in the next one. AP man, your thoughts? Jimmy Butler, burning bridges.
I mean, what has his career been defined as so far? Always the bridesmaid and never the bride. Like Bobby said, he carried that Heat team in the bubble, and he carried them in the first play-in season to get from the 8th seed to the NBA Finals. He's been a one-man show in Miami for the last half decade, pretty much. He wants to go where he can win. He wants to go where he can win. He wants to be somewhere where it's a good culture, it's a good environment. He can just be himself. He can, maybe team up with some other stars there, preferably a contending team, and try to go win a championship. Because literally that's the one thing that I think is keeping him from being mentioned with some of the all-time greats. He's a great player, don't get me wrong.
Definitely.
But him getting a ring would put him on that higher level to be, a better, you know what I'm trying to say. You guys know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we dig it. We know what's up.
So, I mean, I don't get why Pat Riley's doing this. I don't get why the Miami media is doing this. I don't know why the media is making such a big deal out of this. It is a big deal, but it didn't need to get this way. It didn't.
But
it really didn't.
And to this comment right here, Miami didn't let him be himself.
Let's look at this picture again. He didn't let him be himself. This picture right here was in the media guide, bro. Media guide.
I'm sure they let him be himself, and that's a part.
Yeah,
of
they
what
just
I'm
didn't
saying.
pay him.
Yeah, true.
So
I know Tanner mentioned Blink-182, but right now Jimmy Butler is singing
small things.
Jimmy Butler's singing Sum 41 right now because
she left me.
Yeah, I just feel like they let him, they let him be himself, man, and I hate to say it, man, and I'm just gonna put it out there, like he's Dexter Jackson, That's Dexter Jackson, man. Atlanta 5 News. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the hell it was, man. Like he's just I'm gonna leave it alone, man.
Like I was saying before, I know Tanner mentioned Blink-182, but right now Jimmy Butler's singing Sum 41 because he don't want to waste his time with another tragedy in society, which is the Miami Heat organization right now.
Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off. Carry me home. Y'all don't know about that. Anyway,
we don't.
So
why do you know about that?
What do you know?
I'm from that MTV era where we had to watch.
I have an excuse to know about that.
Listen, we had to watch those videos to get to the hip hop. I would sit there for an hour and be like, I'm just gonna wait until they show.
That comes on at every store in America.
Yeah, it's on, and that too. I used to work so many restaurants. That song is on every satellite channel where your restaurant plays music. That song is on there.
I just saw a post that said Ohio State's marching band played Fat Bottom Girls at the end of the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah. What? Shout out to Queen. Shout out to
Pat
Queen.
Riley does not care about people.
And this is
fill in the blank yourself.
This is what I was going to say, right?
See,
we all kind of hit the nail on the head with my next part. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give us a bad example, really 2 bad examples. And we talked about it a couple shows ago when we were doing LTS in the Hoop. We talked about one of NBA's most talented, but also most troublesome to a degree players. We talked about James Harden. Like, what is the right way to ask to be traded? Consider examples similar to
Well,
Jimmy Butler. Is there a right way to want out? Now, remember, James Harden was basically about to get the triple crown of basketball, leading in points, assists, and I want to say triple doubles or rebounds or something in Houston that year. And then all of a sudden, magically, he's like, I'm going to the Pink House. I'm going to I'm going to Strokers. I'm going everywhere, and I'm gonna eat. And I'm gonna eat at night. That's the trick. And I'm gonna eat at night, and I'm gonna eat constantly. And I'm gonna show up. Then I'm gonna show up to the layup line, with the puffy jacket. Okay, and without saying it, everybody knew James Harden's ready to go. Okay. Then what happens? He gets moved, and I wanted to say this right before we get too far, right? Kenny Atkinson, right, who is the Cleveland coach now, was gonna be the coach for James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant before Kyrie Irving said, we don't even need a coach. So just imagine how good they could have been if Kenny Atkinson could have implemented what he's doing at Cleveland in Brooklyn for that squad. But nevertheless, James Harden went to Brooklyn, worked his way out of Brooklyn, got to Philly and said, I will never play for this GM again. He is a liar. He in Shanghai, China. They got Chinese words under him explaining what he's saying, because the people in China had no clue that he was about to go off and say that he'll never play for Daryl Morey ever again. Daryl Morey is a liar. That is so we got like 3 examples of media driven way to push your way out of a deal, of a bad deal. And James Harden burned a lot of bridges, just like our guy Jimmy Butler. I got to keep showing this picture.
Question: did he get suspended for any of that?
No, did he get suspended?
Nope.
No.
I mean, well, we did. We know what was going on. COVID kind of suspended him in Brooklyn, but no, he did not get suspended. And once again, so is there a right way to ask for a trade? Jay, you know what?
I was gonna say Kobe kind of suspended Kyrie more than James Harden, but that's a whole nother story in general.
Yeah. Jay, man, you know about people asking nicely to be traded, right? Right, Jay? Anyway, Bobby, yeah, man, is there a right way to ask to be traded from a team?
Absolutely. NBA players, listen up and take heed. If you want out of your current situation, all you have to do is buy my new book. All you gotta do is buy my new book. It's about mental health issues, and it's co-written by Ben Simmons. Go to your GM and tell him you need a mental health break. You're out of there.
Oh my!
You're out of there. My man, you don't even have to get traded. You can stay on the same team and just stay at home and collect a check.
Wow!
It's the greatest in the world. You want to get a free $120 million? Go tell the GM I need a mental health break.
Several.
Done. You can sit out to the All-Star break. You can sit out to the playoffs. Hell, you can sit out to the next season and wait for somebody else to get frustrated and just go to their team and tell that GM the exact same thing. I need a mental health break. So you can continue to just sit at home and collect checks. Go buy it today in your local Barnes and Nobles, $19.99. Thank you.
And then in between that, every once in a while you point at your back. Okay.
Yeah. And walk around with your jersey in your pocket, just in case you get the itch to practice. Not play, not a game. Practice.
AP, man, is there a way to properly ask out of a deal, out of a situation or organization that you know?
I don't even know if I could top that. That was beautiful.
That was a good one, Jay. We got to drop a bomb for Ben Simmons book. I'll drop a bomb for that.
Man, There is no right way, really. I mean, Bobby just kind of explained it. There's really no right way. You just gotta kind of be your own person, really.
I know a way.
It also depends on who you're playing for. And it seems like, again, we talked about how Pat Riley is not very likable by some people.
By most people, apparently, right?
Most people, yeah. So
You ain't playing for Pat Riley if you haven't worn a Lakers jersey in the 60s and 70s. If you haven't worn a Heat jersey in the late 90s, early mid
60s and
2000s.
70s.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. If you didn't play for him then, apparently those were the best times to be around Pat Riley when he's winning. Even Knicks Pat Riley, 90s Pat Riley in the New York Knicks sideline. Pat Riley got a lot of flack, but because he was, and let me put me in the middle real quick. Because Pat Riley had a lot of basketball acumen coming from the Lakers when he got to New York and he trotted Patrick Ewing out there. We all, and even young me, and I knew at that time that the teams were almost just good enough, but not as good as Pat Riley was going to make them. And they put Pat Riley put them together. You got John Stark out there. You got John Starks. Huh? Y'all remember that? John Starks went out there and shit a brick. Okay. Right when we could have been winning. Patrick Ewing, so tired he can't make a layup. Could have went to the finals again. Okay. We got Marcus Camby. Well, we put Patrick Ewing back in the game because we thought that was going to be the best idea. I'm telling you, I watched all of that. I watched my father be so angry at several televisions when it came to him being in the Knicks organization. But then he moved to Miami, and it seemed like he could walk on water. But once again, go ahead, Alan. I'm sorry.
Again, how do I follow that? That's crazy. Jesus. I wouldn't know, though. That's the thing. It's like you could try to be discreet about it. You can try to, say, hey, maybe you go to the media and say, hey, I want out of here. Maybe that's the way you make it notoriety nowadays. Because that just seems to be how players get people under the owner's skin sometimes. Is just say it in the media. Because the media will take anything and eat it up. But
call Adrian Wojnarowski. That's another way you do it. Somebody tell Woj get that Woj bomb.
Ain't he a GM somewhere now?
Yeah, he retired and he's I think he's a head of basketball operations or something like that at like a college. Hold on, but the point is,
you can call it an entirely different sport. Call it Adam Schefter. He'll say something about it.
Yeah, what I'm saying exactly. He would let you know. He would basically let the world know.
There's no right way to go about it, honestly, because it's always going to end in, depending on who the owner is, depending on who the GM is, there's always going to be drama. There's really no right way to go about it.
Right. I feel you on that. There really is no correct way to. Oh, St. Bonaventure. Yeah. He went to the college route to kind of lead young men the right way. I guess is what you would call it.
Tanner, why that profile picture of Jason Kelce and not Travis Kelce? Thought you were a Chiefs fan.
I get it. I feel you. Okay, so yeah, as we continue to move on, man. Last but not least, and our conclusion of the Jimmy Butler saga, ladies and gentlemen. Put on your GM hat and propose a trade, regardless of money, that would be a better situation for Jimmy Butler. What would you like to see? Oh, yeah. Where would you like to see him finish his career? Because he's 35, if I'm not mistaken. If he got a contract extension, I'm sure they wouldn't extend it further than 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Most of the ideas about the type of money he would be making could be upwards of that 20 to 25 million, but it's on hurt wheels, and at the same time it's going to be in a situation in which he may or may not like, so it'll be for a rental. So let's just say for the end of this year, possibly next year, if you could propose a trade to get Jimmy Butler somewhere, regardless of where, good or bad, where are we thinking about sending Jimmy, man? Let's go ahead and get Jay in here because he didn't talk that much about that. But Jay, what you thinking about Jimmy? Man? Where you want to put him at? You want to put him in your locker room? I just thought about that. Look at the locker room you are in right now. Would you put Jimmy Butler in that locker room in Portland for a couple young pieces?
I don't want nobody in that locker room right now. You see this shit? You see this? You see this, man? I don't want nobody in this locker room. But nah, I didn't really get to tell you what I would do to get traded.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. You get there. Go ahead. Tell us what's up.
Violence.
Wow.
Violence. And I'm not gonna say what kind of violence, but that'll get me up out of there quick.
Wow.
And
Chelsea
then
Freewell got suspended 80 games for that.
so I'm gonna stage it.
Oh,
I'm gonna get her to excuse me. I'm gonna basically a Jonathan Majors, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Hey, look.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the thoughts of the Hoot Inside the Hoop show are not shared by Jay.
The thoughts by Jay on the MIC is not necessarily endorsed by the Record Sports.
No, it is. It is. I'm serious. I would stage like some illegal ass stuff and get up out of there and then get the person that the victim be like, oh, I was just playing. As soon as I get out,
I was just playing.
He just wanted to leave. And then
I just
I'm
want
good.
to encourage myself. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, just stage something. Kidnapping. How about that?
A kidnapping.
Whoa. Remember?
Kids.
Check this out. Not kids. Excuse me. Abduction.
Do we have to put a warning label on this episode?
Whoa. We get a little here.
I wasn't on Tuesday, so here we go. So yeah. Here's the thing. I would get myself abducted. Do you remember the Damon Wayans was in the freaking movie? He played for the Jazz. They kidnapped him.
Yeah, the Celtics kidnapped him, right?
Right. There you go. Yeah. Look. That's it. Hey, look, you put me in my own personal like Malik space, like from the game, for like a month. I'm cool.
And you just come back. You come back and you just, oh my God, I gotta get out of here.
I'm gonna say, just go to a darkness retreat. You'll get traded to New York in no time.
Wow,
we could even do like I'm not gonna. I think I've went far enough. But like a hostage video, maybe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's go ahead. We need 45 million.
So how old do you think you will have an NBA career left after you get out of prison?
we gonna be playing basketball in Pelican City.
For real.
Hey, I didn't care about playing. You was talking about
getting out the team.
Apparently not.
Yeah, man. I don't care about that no more. I'm just trying to get out of here. But now, seriously, like there's ways, man. Every player has their own way. We've seen which was one of the most famous spats between like a player and a coach and the player. I mean, honestly, let's talk about Lawrence Taylor for a second. Is that a guy? Okay.
No, I'm thinking. I'm listening. I'm with you. Go.
I'm probably a product of the wrong era. So he was hard to coach. He was hard to get in where they need to be from point A to point B. Like you talking about somebody was doing drugs. Like we got a game. We got a game in 3 hours for real. And go out there and do what he does. I think just like Bobby said, man, like Pat Riley doesn't care. He only care about he stopped caring about black people after James Worthy and Magic Johnson.
I'll
I
say
think James
just,
Worthy and Magic Johnson. All
I'm
right,
down
well,
to like I'm just
I was
but
gonna
for
say,
real,
here's an idea: sit out the rest of the season, tank the season.
tank the season. Okay,
Pat Riley cares about winning so much. Take the season. Don't
He
get
don't care
anywhere
about
close to
winning.
the
He just
play-in.
cares
he
about
don't
being
care
right.
about winning. He just yeah. You, do
So-
He let him put that corny ass statue of D Wade outside the building. You
do
really
you
think he
see
gives
him
a
when
shit?
he's on TV? Doesn't he look like somebody who's preparing for that one shot? Like
listen,
when
it's
he's
it's
sitting
him.
there,
It's
he's
him and
sitting,
Lonzo Mourning sitting by each other. And Lonzo Mourning look like his henchman, his right hand man.
got the ring
You
finger out. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Nah, man. Like
I
he
mean,
really he's created his own little persona of himself, man. He's bigger than what he thinks he is. Like we talking about, yes, a titled coach. Like he's won and he's put himself out there as someone who's, you know, remember now, he was playing at Kentucky against the Texas Western team. Um, if you know the famous Texas Western team, first black team to make it to what championship?
Final
Out
Four. I
They
think.
made it, but it was the first ever all black starting five in D1.
and it just he takes a lot of pride in sharing the court with them. You know what I mean? And it just he doesn't sound like a person who's who's like for everybody, so to say. You know what I'm saying? He's just give me my points and my rebounds. Either than that, I don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like whatever he can get out of you, that's it. Once you're dead weight to him, and not necessarily as far as on the court, but baggage wise, uh he's willing to get rid of you. He's willing to get rid of you. And then at the same time, like just pretty much degrade your character.
You
And
know,
it's
and I wonder, and not to cut you off, Jay, but I
not
wonder what was what was his mindset when, because everybody, and if y'all, I know we all basketball guys, when D Wade and Bron went to Cleveland, right, and they were going to keep Chris Bosh, and this was when the big man stretch forward thing was all of a sudden the craze, and Chris Bosh was basically with if healthy was going to be the star of the Heat. I wonder what made him say, of the people that we had, I'm going to keep Chris Bosh, because the league had changed. Dirk had pretty much given everybody the example of what the league could look like. And then somehow, some way, Chris Bosh, if had been healthy, would have been paid buku dollars, because there was so much money to be made, because there was no LeBron and no D Wade.
That's because he
okay.
took a pay cut.
Yeah, because
Number
because he
one.
took a pay cut when that was on, so he would be. Chris Bosh was going to get like a big crazy max contract had he
No,
not.
on that contract, he was going to take another pay cut. That's the only reason he kept him.
I thought they was going to pay Chris Bosh, I think, but
Yeah, not max.
I don't know, man. That's
You know
it's not
what?
what I heard. It just the Heat has two things: one, Heat culture, and B, Heat doctors. The Heat doctors figured out what was wrong with Chris Bosh, even with his heart, even when the Toronto doctors still kind of ignored it and let him play.
I
And
think
when
it was just
they found it out, and it was like, we just can't risk it. His heart could skip a beat on the court. He could die. We don't want to take that chance. Don't give him that contract. And then
I
and pretty much that was it.
think it's just a flat out um you know we were talking about Cotton Fitzsimmons. We're talking about, a bunch of coaches that was in the NBA that didn't necessarily have the respect. They were pretty much how would you call them, retreads? You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
muscle men. Muscleman Jr.,
Eric Musselman.
Muscleman
Yeah.
Senior.
Mm.
Shoot, man, could y'all help me? Bernie Bickerstaff, his son.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Paul Silas, his son. You know what I'm saying? It's so many coaches that didn't necessarily have the respect that made a Pat Riley look like a freaking Don, like a king. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Now every coach is just as talented. Every coach can get the respect of his coach, of his players. Every coach can go out there and scheme and you know from one team to the next, man. I think the parity also goes with the coaching. Some teams you got Hall of Famers, some teams as coaches, some teams you have great role players as coaches, great point guards as coaches. So I don't know, man. To me, I just think that the Pat Riley back then earned himself to where he was in the 90s and going into the early 2000s because there wasn't shit else out there. You know what I'm saying? It was the retread after retread after retread after retread. Now
Mm.
you see so I think that has a lot to do with it. And when you're around, like the girl that hangs out with all the ugly girls, you know what I'm saying, just to make herself look good. Think it
Man,
doesn't happen.
Jay, you dropping
Gang-
that knowledge right now, bro. You dropping that knowledge.
Gangsters don't die; they just get fat and move to Miami.
Shit. Word. Hey, well, fellas, as we continue, let's do the thing. We were on the part where we try to find a place for a Jimmy Butler home. Ladies and gentlemen, for only 99 cents a day, we can find a place for Jimmy Butler to go. It's only a short amount of money. It's only small, but Jimmy Butler, who deserves to go somewhere and still regain his joy for basketball, you could donate to the Rec Room Sports Podcast, and we can send Jimmy Butler a care package with your face and your name. We'll send you a picture. Where would you send Jimmy Butler? Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. Bobby G, where you gonna send Jimmy at, bro?
2 places. The first one is my yeah. I think this probably be the best situation. Go ahead, call up Mark Cuban. Let's get Kyrie for Jimmy. Let's team up Jimmy with Luca.
Oh, Kyrie with Jimmy, bro.
Yeah, trade him. Send Kyrie to Miami.
Wow.
He needs some structure in his life.
So you wanna move Kyrie
for Jimmy.
Okay, I got you. I think you said Kyrie with Jimmy. I got you.
Nah, Kyrie for Jimmy. Let's team up Jimmy with Luca. Yeah, Jimmy will push Luca to be better, and Luca's the kind of guy he's not a punk, so it won't bother him. Like he can handle it. The Clippers made Luca tough, so he can handle Jimmy. But just for fun, hey Pat, call up Brooklyn and get my good friend Ben Simmons in this book. I'm self-traded. You get Ben Simmons down in Miami, you can control him all you want to because he don't want to play anyway. You can pay him whatever you want. He won't mind. You can send him home. He'll have fun on the beach. Hey, yeah. Let's get Ben Simmons ready for that early retirement.
There you go. Allen, man,
Where does
AP.
Ben Simmons play? Where does he play now?
What city or what position?
No, like what
he's still in
team is he
Brooklyn.
on now?
He's still in Brooklyn.
Still in Brooklyn.
He's on the bench, but he's in Brooklyn.
See what I mean?
He made an appearance this year.
Nah, I was joking. Brooklyn is the only team that I don't think I've seen play yet this season. I don't remember seeing. Oh,
What's my man? Cam.
I'm tripping. Yeah,
Cam is balling. Yeah, Cam. Yeah.
Yeah,
AP,
I'm tripping.
where do you want to send Jimmy, man? If you had a destination for him,
I was gonna say I like the Dallas trade. I think that could be interesting, but why not pair him with Wemby in San Antonio?
Ooh, wow! Look at that. Look at Allen.
I would not want that to happen as a Thunder fan because that means that the Spurs are going to be dangerous potentially. But Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, Victor Wembanyama,
several draft picks and some money, guys. I don't know who you're gonna send to the Miami played. It'll
I
be a young
don't know
team.
if the Spurs. I don't know if the Spurs will be able to make it happen, but
Yeah. This is like we said. This is without thought
I was
about
gonna say, that would be an interesting spot.
I like it. I like
Jimmy
it.
Butler will be choking Chris Paul out in 2 days.
Oh yeah, those two guys. Those two. Man, you know what? But
You could probably just send Chris Paul to Miami then.
But I'm saying
like
in
his 10th
reality,
team in
that
history.
may be the thing that Jimmy Butler and strangely Chris Paul are so much of surly people. Just like you get two grumpy old men together, and then they start liking cars, the same model car. Maybe Jimmy Butler and Chris Paul would work.
Be
They
strange
go
bedfellows.
right, Jay, man, where would you send Jimmy Butler? What would your prime Jimmy destination be?
I'm kind of with Allen. San Antonio. That's funny. You can kind of have like your own like. Oh, I wish I could. You're kind of like uh like ninja rigged uh big three. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So like San Antonio sounds pretty good because you got like a little big three. You got a medium three. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, we got like a little medium three. You know what I mean? Not necessarily
Yeah,
a big three. Yeah, it's medium. It's medium.
a
It's medium.
decent three.
A decent. Yeah. Um, my serious team. Y'all think I'm playing? Another day, another opportunity.
Atlanta,
Atlanta.
they got the bodies. You might be right. I like that one. Atlanta definitely got the bodies to move in the contract. You put two or three of them boys together for Jimmy Butler. You might be right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Ice
time
Tray
for Trey
and
Young to leave.
Nah, it
Buckhead
wouldn't.
flu.
It wouldn't be for Trey. It would be like one of the Johnson boys that they got on the bench, and the light skinned French guy. Not the number one pick.
No.
Not the number one pick. Not Richard Sher, but the other cat that they got from France. He come in like sometimes, and he's supposed to be good, but he comes in sometimes, like very rarely. I'm not looking at the roster to tell you his name, but I'm gonna look at it in a second. You might be right, bro. That might be a good one. I got one. Everybody took my original join, which was basically sending him to Dallas. One of the places that I've heard he requested was Houston. But I got two, and my two are kind of like mid-tier teams, right? So why not give a first ballot Hall of Famer one last hoorah and trade Jimmy Butler to Golden State, man? Get Jimmy Butler out there. Give up Wiggins, maybe Buddy Hield, Projevsky, right? Get him out of there. Get Wiggins out of there. Get Jonathan Kuminga in the starting lineup, right? Get Jimmy on the two and let Steph Curry still be the one. But Jimmy is more of a Swiss Army knife, so he can facilitate. You know what I mean? He don't gotta have the ball in his hand to score. But the point would be when they start figuring out ways to lock up Steph, like they always do, eventually he can play the same type of role that KD played and go out there and ball out and score points. And that would be the role I think he would fit in. That year they had Steph, Clay, and KD. They started figuring out small way. Steph's ankles got bad in the playoffs. He couldn't cut like he was supposed to, but KD woke up and he was an unstoppable force. It's almost the same type of theory with Jimmy Butler, except for Jimmy Butler's not 6'11", 7 foot, and it's the same type of dog. Just imagine Jimmy Butler playing defense with Draymond Green. That's crazy to me. And I think but the point would be that one of the main things that people really forgot about those Golden State Warriors teams were that they played hellified defense and they found ways to hide Steph Curry in switching. So now if you put in Jimmy Butler out there, that makes it way different. And just in terms of I'm saying the pick and roll game, which will happen because all people used to do is get that by that third screen, you got Steph Curry in front of your best scorer. But by that second screen, if it's Jimmy Butler, you stuck. You can't really do the same thing. It's not going to have the same effect in the playoffs where they would do it constantly. And then my second one, man, is to a young team who would need some leadership, some guidance. And I think it would be cool to see, him in another East Coast roster. Send him to good old Detroit, man. Right now, Cade Cunningham is balling. I think we kind of saw glimpses of that last year, but he got hurt. Cade Cunningham need another dog on that team. You know what I'm saying? And they got the bodies that would equal probably that Jimmy Butler contract. You give away Ron Harper Jr. You give away Tim Hardaway Jr. That way Tim Hardaway Jr. can play what Tim Hardaway played. And you do something like throwing like the Tulu Smith cat, who's actually pretty good at 6'11" from Mississippi State, but doesn't get very much time because Detroit's got that backlog of centers and forwards that are all like 6'8", 6'10", 6'11". So and boom, Jimmy Butler gets out there. He's got Cade Cunningham, and he starts facilitating for Cade Cunningham and Michael Beasley and helping them ball and playing defense alongside Tobias Harris. Because they need one more. Really, Detroit needs one more consistent threat because they don't have a consistent offensive threat in my opinion to go alongside Cade Cunningham. I think that'd be a good one. And of course, it's Detroit, so you're gonna get a good draft pick. You're gonna get a nice top 11, 12 draft pick for Miami. What?
You're lying. You're lying. I see your real motives.
You
want him to go to Golden
State. Good idea until you mentioned KD. I'm sorry.
You don't want him to go to Golden State for basketball. You want him to go to Golden State because you want to capture the practice fight between him and Draymond, so you can sell it for
you got
me and Ben Simmons on the merch side. It's not gonna happen. Me and Ben Simmons, we got this merchandise thing on lock. It's not happening. I see your true intentions.
You got me, bro. You got me.
Yeah. You want to get that pay-per-view 1995 Draymond versus Jimmy. Live from the practice.
If we're doing that pay-per-view, which is main eventing, that scuffle or Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore?
Wow.
Because we're putting both of them on the same pay-per-view.
I see your true intentions.
Man, for y'all boys are going crazy, man. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is, man. It's the Rec Room Sports Crew. We doing In the Hoop tonight on our network on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We got my guy, Bobby G, who did the Audible podcast earlier today. We got AP, Alan Parales, who normally does On the Mat, but is hanging with us all night long. And then we got Rec Room producer and host Jay on the MIC, or Jay the MIC right now, out here in the streets doing the damn thing, man. We appreciate you, Jay, for being in the building. We know how you feel. Right? I don't know why you took off the Portland hat. We know we know that. All right. So
yesterday's
do you and Sam have a competition going to see who can say my last name the worst?
Paralysis. Sam be murking it though.
Sam does it deliberately. I know yours is like half accident, but Sam does it deliberately.
Hey yo, so on the way, right? So this is also something that is happening right now in the league, and I wanted to highlight it real quick. We talked about injuries maybe 2 weeks ago. West Coast had some really wicked injuries. That to start the season, me, Bobby, and Jay went through a myriad of players who started off the season injured. Crazy, man. Guess what? Some of them playing now, bro. So check this out. Return of the man. Okay, so yeah, players who have returned from injury most recently, like who will have the bigger impact on their team as they return, right? And I got a little picture for it too, right? So check this out. We got the infirmary right here, vocational rehab unit. featuring several players who just not coming back for the first time this season, getting revved up for not only the trade deadline but All-Star weekend, which is very important for each of these teams because some of them may not be there after that. But we got Kawhi, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. Kawhi is back, and he is still not excited. But unfortunately, Kawhi is going through some things right now. He had to move his family out of LA for the fires. And big shouts out to everybody, anyone who is related to anyone or knows anyone going through the tragedy of those LA fires right now. I'm gonna pause the show real quick. I'm gonna pause the show. I gotta say something real quick. Who is going around setting these fires in California? I know, and I know. Jay, we are from South Carolina, right? As hot as it been on Kinley Road on the days and all of that pine straw and pine cones and dry leaves, ain't never no fire just start out of nowhere, right? Never.
California is a big state, and a lot of people go camping, and a lot of
A
people
lot
are
of people.
idiots.
Thank you. That's the answer to the question. But who is starting these fires? Like,
Diddy.
Smokey. Now there you go. Smokey the Bear was a huge phenomenon in the 90s, early in the late 80s. He was teaching people how to go camping because the U.S. administration was trying to get people to go visit a lot of the natural reserves and the parks and things like that. And they were trying to tell people, hey, look, only you can prevent forest fires. No, only you can stop wildfires too. Like, put it out, put water on it, stir it up, stomp it out, put more water on it, and prevent this. Like, I really don't get it. I really don't understand. And then the thing is, the fires are so unstoppable that they come from the countryside of California into the city. They can't even play a basketball game today because they can't play the game this weekend in LA because of the forest fire. Like, it's getting bad, and we are losing millions. People are losing their homes behind this. So I just wanted to get that out before anything else. I know I could ramble on about it, but it sounds crazy to me that for real, you just can't put the fire out. You know what I'm saying? Before you leave the
They
campsite.
got no water. They got no water.
No. I mean, I listen. I saw
California is next to the ocean.
bro. Yes, and that's my.
Put
That
a
was,
bucket on one of these helicopters and just scoop it.
I did. I was just about to say that.
You would think.
I watched several videos of the firefighting of the fighting fighters. They have been scooping up waters from the ocean, putting it into the planes, and dropping it on to the land. Like, I've never seen that in my life. They are paying prison firefighters, just like the TV show. I thought the TV show was fake, but it's based around a real premise of, prison firefighters who are getting paid anywhere between $6.75 to $10.25 per day to go out there and risk their lives to figure out ways to save people and fire. Look here, man. You do something. You work this California fire for about a month. We might just let you go, bro. Straight up and down. You might as well go home. You know what I mean? Because you might not have a home to go to. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to basketball, ladies and gentlemen. But sorry to anyone who is being affected by that California fire. Anyway, back to what it is, man. DeJounte Murray had made his debut a couple days ago, on the 3rd, up against the Washington Wizards. DeJounte Murray went out there, did a little something, started off slow, dropped 11 points. They had a back-to-back against Washington. He went and dropped 14, then he turned on the switch, dropped 29 against Minnesota, 20 against Portland, and 17 against Philly yesterday. That was yesterday. The game against Philly was yesterday. Zion, y'all saw the highlight, man. Zion came back looking Diesel like normal, a little lighter, but these are all in, losses apparently. So Zion out here doing 31 on that Tuesday, just like I thought earlier this season. But, it made it look good for about 2 games, and all of a sudden, bow, he's out all the way up until the 7th, which is a couple of days ago, he came out and dropped 22 on Minnesota. But we saw that back and forth between him and Ant-Man. I thought that was pretty cool because, of course, him and Ant have had, some back and forth as well. And Kawhi, man, Kawhi played 2 games. Real talk. He came out against Atlanta, got 12 points against Atlanta at home, and it's his first appearance in, the home that basically was built on his back because they was hoping that the Clippers would be better. And then he dropped 8 with Minnesota against Minnesota. And then boom, bow, right? I come to find out I was going to talk about how good Luka would be, but he's out for a month. And will be reevaluated on the 27th of January. And somebody else that normally is up here that is wearing a mask currently, Joel Embiid. Like, these players are top tier stars on their team. We thought the Pelicans were going to be doing something this season because of the acquisition of DeJounte Murray and Zion Williamson being healthy. Out of the 3 that I named, Kawhi, DeJounte, and Zion, which of these 3 do we think is going to have a larger impact if they get a chance to stay healthy? Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, you got it, man. What you think?
I'm going to break a rule here. I'm going to say a guy that you didn't name. I'm going to say Paolo Banchero, who came back tonight.
Yes, I left him out.
For the Orlando Magic. I think having Paolo back is going to be huge for Orlando. I mean, we saw it already tonight. Don't have the stats on me right now, but as a guy who has him in fantasy basketball, he did really good for me tonight. So not just for fantasy purposes, but for the Orlando Magic too. They could make another, second half run like they did last year if Paolo stays healthy. So they needed him back. They got him back. Let's see what they do. They almost took down Milwaukee tonight. So he's already made a difference. I think he scored the most points in Magic history when returning from injury. If I'm not mistaken, if that was the stat, what it was?
He got 34.
34, yeah.
He got 34, 7, 3 assists, 1 block, 2 steals, and shot 62% from 3. Crazy, right?
I think someone said it was like the most points scored by a Magic player returning from injury or something like that, which is, I don't know how they're digging up these random stats, but okay.
They got stat crews. They got stat crews. We're going to get one. We're going to get one.
But yeah,
I hate those obscure stats.
I was gonna say I think it's gonna be Paolo in
Most
Orlando.
On a shot for him coming back from a right elbow contusion. Yeah, we gonna have them stats one day. Yo, Bobby G, man.
First.
Oh, go ahead.
One of those stats where they just cut it off at the end. It just says first player ever.
Yeah.
Right there, you go.
Really?
Bobby G, man, with Kawhi, with Paolo Banchero, and then also, of course, who we got?
With those people.
Which one of them? Zion too.
I'm gonna make it real simple. Out of those people, there's only one answer, and it's Luka. Luka's the only person that's done anything with his current team. He took him to the finals, so obviously, if he's there, they're a championship contender. Like Kawhi hasn't played with the Clippers yet, so we don't know what they can do. He's been there 5 years. He's on the Ben Simmons. He bought the book.
He bought the autographed copy.
And same with DeJounte hasn't done anything, and Zion hasn't done anything. So it's like we don't know what the team's potential is with those guys even there. So it's clearly Luka, but I'm gonna go with a little bit of a homer and a guy that's not on there. How about Max Strus? He got injured in the preseason. He's just getting back, and people say one of the things that is helping us get to the start we got is our depth. Well, we just got another body back, a person with playoff experience. I mean, even look at the dividends he played against OKC. Donovan Mitchell again went 3 for 16. How can we win a game with our best player doing that? Because we have guys like Max Strus, who in that game came off and scored 17, 5 for 6 from 3-point land. So I like the rich got richer per se by us getting Strus back. Because remember, he's supposed to be starting at the 3. Right now, he's coming off the bench, so that just makes our bench that much stronger.
I feel you on that one. I like that. Definitely, Max Strus is the one. Hey, Alan, man, you know what, man? You as someone who we always anticipate to say certain things, you sure didn't say Chet Holmgren. Oh, never mind, Jay.
I'm gonna say he's up there.
Oh,
Nah, man, he's gonna have to have a streak going after that 342 text. Text at 342 in the freaking morning about Dallas or
yeah.
some OKC or something. What the
Hey,
hell?
I'm sorry that I have to wake up early to go to work, sir.
Like, dude, it's
Yeah, he's got to
3:42
fight
in
through
the
the
morning.
snow.
The snow.
Exactly.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
You
Jay.
that was his thing. Just do what I do and put your phone on silent till you wake up.
Nah, I can't do that because I miss too much. I can't
Yeah,
do
I'm about
that.
to say I definitely can't do that. I'm gonna miss something. But yeah, Jay, for responding from injury, as we have even named some players that I did not think of: Chet Holmgren, Paolo Blancaro, Max Strus. The several players that I did name. Is there anybody that jumps out to you who, once back and healthy, will make it a big impact on their team?
The Blazers GM, he been hurt for like 7 years, ain't he?
Oh, God. Yeah, he said.
I'm trying so hard
Yeah,
not to laugh.
here we go. But you know, there's somebody else I'm thinking about too. I ain't even get a chance to even bring that up. I ain't. But go ahead, Jay. Who you thinking? Health wise, injury bearing teams too. There are a couple.
I mean, to a certain extent, I mean, maybe you could say Giannis. Giannis was out for a little while. Um,
Okay.
that kind of jump started them a little bit. But I would go with also I would say DeJounte, man, because um DeJounte came back and you got a 50-point game out of CJ. Um, freed him up. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna say DeJounte because I think that was I wanted to see him the most out of like everybody start on a new team. So um what he was able to bring to the table, um, I think that's a hot commodity for what that team needs. That team needs him more than I would say like all the other guys that we were talking about. Bancaro, I mean, Orlando is kind of making it work without him, so to say, a little bit. I don't know. I go with yeah. I definitely go with um um Lord. I just said it and I just got a name.
Carol.
Yeah.
Carol. I got you on that one, man. And I'm gonna throw this out there. So, just to kind of cap this one off, right? So, myself and Jay, we talk pretty much every other day or so, and I was telling him about a vision that I had because I was watching, and I do this from time to time. So don't think me of whack or lame or nerdy, but I was watching Discovery Plus, and they had the sports science show on, and they had the very same markers that they use in the arena for the LA Clippers on a Tai Chi master. And they were measuring the frequency of the friction and the movements into a dome. There we go. And they were measuring the frequency of the movements, even though it's slow, it's got this much force, and look at his joints, and da 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 da. But it's the same exact markers, the same exact Microsoft program that they use in the Intuit Dome to tell you how many times this person is standing up and cheering, and who's got the livest section, and so on and so forth. I think this is a theory now. I think that Mr. Balmer has figured out through technology that Kawhi Leonard ain't good but for 6 months based on his degenerative bone knee problems. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they use that same technology to say, man, look at how Kawhi walks. Y'all know he pigeon-toed. And when you pigeon-toed or you bow-legged, you exert a certain amount of force on your joints. This is having an increase or a decrease in his friction on these. And just imagine how he is when he runs and look at his gait. Like, I bet you they did all the math for them to say, we think if Kawhi Leonard plays 6 months, let's say end of January up until the playoffs, which that's January, February, March, April, May, and June, right? Which pretty much past that is really, you know, what the season finale, the NBA Finals type. That's around that time. Is like April, May. Am I not mistaken? So if we get Kawhi for that long, based on the technology that they had to figure out all of that stuff from like the other stuff that they had on there with the Tai Chi masters and the friction and the impacts of bad football players, all of that stuff, they are predicting that Kawhi Leonard right now is in the prime time for him to be useful. And guess what? The Clippers ain't bad right now. They're actually quite good in the standings in the Western Conference. As we look at the record, the Clippers are 20-17. They're at 8th right now, which puts them in the play-in, which if they're matched up with either Sacramento, Golden State, or even Minnesota, they can give either one of them a run for their money to get into the playoffs, especially if Kawhi Leonard is playing healthy. Because they playing real good without him, you know, way better than they anticipated. And I would think that the math, the science, the computer technology, Steve Ballmer, Microsoft, billions of dollars, they figured it out, man. They got the system. And the thing is, they whispered in Kawhi's ear, they would have never told you this in San Antonio. And then he's like, he didn't say nothing, he didn't change his facial expression. He went and sat down, and they happy with it. He's happy to come back and play. And, you know, and to be as a basketball fan, I think the game is just that much better when Kawhi Leonard is healthy and playing in the Intuit Dome, because they spent billions of dollars building it basically just to have James Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out the door, and he's also somebody going through some injuries out there in Philly. So we could have put Paul George and Joel Embiid on this list as well. But I think for real, the Clippers use science and math and technology to figure out a good time to have Kawhi Leonard play. So he's coming back now to make a playoff run. Oh, man, look at that, boys. We got it. We did it. 2 hours. We at the top of the second hour, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, we get ready to shut it down. It's the Rec Room Sports inaugural NBA in the Hoop show, where we talk basketball, and more basketball. We got AP Allen Parallels. We got Jay the MIC. We got Audible Bobby G, and we got me, your boy K Whit, man. Hey, man, last topic. You know how we do, man. We got a good one, a little funny, look, something to laugh at, kind of, sort of. Because we started this one with that Jello, right? We was talking about the Jello track, aka G3. Y'all know what it is. Tweaker. You know what I'm saying? It's going crazy right now in the gym, in NBA arenas, in backstage, on TikTok. Everybody going crazy with it right now, right? So I say that to say this, right? Wait, where is that? Yeah. Rappers and athletes right here. Rappers, athletes, switch it up. Name a rapper that you would want to drop a track, you know, or name a rapper that you want to share the court with, and name an NBA player that you could get a verse from. Either or. Who got one? Anybody got one?
Mm.
No? I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. On Vice, they had that celebrity basketball league where they was doing that full court joint in Atlanta. Chris Brown be balling. Let's put it like that. Chris Brown is out here in the streets when they had all the All-Star games going on, and they had Rock and Jock back when the Migos was first being the Migos. Quavo is good at pretty much basketball and football, low key. So shout out to Quavo of the Migos. You know what I'm saying?
Terrible high school.
Yeah. Listen, but he, you know, he was, and somehow, some way, I got a chance to see a clip of the game playing basketball, of course, but the game is like freaking 6'6", so he just out there just being big on cats. Yeah. So an athlete that, or rather a rapper or artist that you would want to see play some basketball. Anybody got one? Anybody?
You know what? Just because he was in the movie, man. Jack Harlow, man.
Jack Harlow. Great answer. Great answer.
I don't think Jack Harlow can really hoop. I think I could fade him 1-on-1.
Right. Good one.
Yeah.
Good one. Alan, man, what you think? You got an artist? It don't have to be a rapper. Well, you know, because I know you listen to a variety of genres of music.
I was gonna say Chance the Rapper, but
Yo, low key. So check this out. You from Cleveland? I heard that MGK was good at basketball in Cleveland or in that area at one point in time.
He's tall.
Yeah, I heard that. Word on the street was if he wasn't so heavily into other stuff, he was really good at baseball and basketball. I've heard that somewhere.
He's tall. You know, he's got some good height. He's tall, lanky.
I wonder who his
got a good wingspan.
agent is.
Did he? I mean, you think I'm joking, but I'm not really joking. It's true.
Yeah,
bad boy for life.
Take that.
A hooper I'd like to see in the booth though.
Yeah. Who got the bars? Who got the bars besides Jello?
Lou Williams.
Lou Williams. That's a good one. Lou Will do got some bars.
He could say some things that I would believe because I've seen him in action.
His experiences
in the
nightlife.
Yeah, he.
I was gonna say, do I dare say Jimmy Butler?
How about Stack 5?
Stack 5. Yeah. They're gonna one.
Yeah,
I can
know, like Houston gangster rap.
Yeah, I believe I can smash Stack 5 on the track. Easy work.
Oh, okay.
All right. Dame, of course, Jay don't probably want to say it, but we got Dame Dollar, you know what I'm saying? Dame Dollar out here. He got some. Hey, y'all, did you? So all right. So check this out. So did y'all know that this person that Alan does not want me to say his name, and Stolly got actually a hard track? Y'all know Stolly from that's on the Rock, that was on the Rock Nation. It's called Scared Money, I believe. Check it out. It's Kevin Durant and Stolly, Scared Money. Go Google that. And Kevin Durant sound like a boom bap rapper that could be kicking it with Common or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know about that?
Yeah, I've heard KD rap before.
Yeah, shout out to KD, man, with the bars. You know what I'm saying? Low key, KD be smoked out. So KD one of them cats that play ball, but when he high, he finish. He gotta like start. He be like, yo, put the beats on. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it is time to go home. I am not putting on the beats. He's just 7 foot in my house, want to rap for no reason all of a sudden. But shout out to KD, man. If that's your passion, that's your passion. But look, in closing, I gotta bring up the realest, the trillest, Twism. The world is mine. Shaquille O'Neal, the only basketball player with a platinum album. And in 1993, Shaquille O'Neal joined several of our favorite players. That's right. Somehow, some way, Shaq got out there on the court and joined the likes of Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman himself, and I believe Stephon Marbury, and somehow, some way figured out a way to play in all-star games and things of that nature. So big shouts out to Shaquille O'Neal, who dropped Diesel back in 93, which did go platinum. And that's all we need to know about that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the beef is with him and Dwight Howard, the one thing Dwight Howard ain't never gonna do. Damn it.
Oh, sorry.
The one thing Dwight Howard ain't never gonna do is drop a platinum album, man. But look, yo, hey, we had a great time tonight. I think we did a great job. We made that 2-hour mark. We hit it right on the nose. Bobby G, what you got going on this weekend, my guy?
Hey, Quad Scott, remember Chris Webber actually got a Grammy.
C Webb,
production on Nas's project, I believe.
I think, yeah. C Webb. Spreewell had some bars too. That's how he got the dubs.
And
That's
some
how he got
rims.
the spinning rims. That's how he got the spinning rims, I believe. Spreewell had something going on too. It's R.I.P. to Code, man. R.I.P. to Code. R.I.P. to the Mamba.
Yeah, you had a little something with Brian McKnight.
Right. Yeah. R.I.P. to the Mamba and his brief rapping career. But yeah, man. What you say you got going on this weekend, Bob?
Tuesday we'll be back at it. Be with you guys on Rec Room.
Sure.
Appreciate you having me. Of course, actually this week I just brought back Game Time 216, doing reaction to all Cleveland sports highlights, plus other teams as well. So I did two yesterday. One to the Cavs Thunder highlights, another one to the Cavs Raptors highlights, and I think the Cavs play again Sunday. So I'll be reacting to that. I think we play Indiana. Yeah. So Sunday night I'll be back at that again. Tuesday with y'all. Thursday start our Thursday night post game show with Audible Reacts. We reacting to random videos. So anything anybody want to see us react to, hey, just let us know. We got you. And then of course every Friday 7 Eastern 4 Pacific, Audible Sports Podcast with Sports Meets Life and Culture. Had a lot of fun today. Talking about that fat, nasty bastard pervert Jason Whitlock.
That smooth peanut butter skin and that rack.
Yeah, that big rack of hers. Man, come on.
Rack.
I must be
60-year-old.
I never heard nobody say rack and it just sounds so bad.
Everybody wants your greasy, man, like peanut butter stains on the back of his neck.
I can't lie though. I missed it, but did y'all talk about his response to Cam Newton?
Nah, I just basically introduce people to the pervert that is Jason Whitlock.
Yeah, when you get some time, check out his response to Cam real quick, man.
We might do that on Audible Reacts. Oh, bruh, man, he's 60 years old. Peanut butter skin.
I mean, look. I'm gonna be honest, man. I wanted to comment so bad on the show, but I'm just gonna say what I wanted to comment, man. Every time I see those plump, wet looking, juicy on TV, I just knew she was fucking somebody. I'm sorry.
All right, young Whit. But still, I mean, the point of it, what? So what? She's a consenting adult doing it with another consenting adult. So why is it front page news? Like, who cares?
It's the only reason why it's front page news is because she told some, and this is, and we're gonna keep it short and sweet.
I'm seeing like
we're gonna keep it short and sweet on this one. I got a chance to read 12 pages of that 42-page document, and I was like, the whole point is, if she just wouldn't have verbally if she wouldn't have verbally told the hairdresser, which women don't do nothing but talk when they're at the hairdresser.
Exactly.
Right? If she just wouldn't have told that hairdresser, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But because the hairdresser wasn't getting a check because she was getting offered 1.5 million,
the check she wasn't getting.
She was going to get a check. She was going to get 1.5 and Skip Bayless. Okay.
But I'm saying why isn't that the head? That's what I'm saying. She did something consenting. So what? There's the illegal action. Why is not that the story?
The illegal action is and this is coming from in a corporate setting. Anybody who can proclaim, and we're really about to get off of this. Anybody who can proclaim and have factual evidence to a quid pro quo situation, even if you take out the trash for me, I'm gonna give you 2 extra hours on the clock. That is where you have to go to HR. And literally, that lady was like, Joy took me to lunch. A black man came and basically fondled her at the table in front of me publicly. I had no idea who it was because at the time she wasn't working full time at Fox. When she got on Speak with Emmanuel Acho, she realized that the man that came to dinner and almost basically, tongue kissed her in front of her or whatever, had some public displays of affection, was her now boss. And in that moment, she was like, wait a minute, the other guy who's somebody else's boss is offering me money. Is this what they do at Fox? And she filed a suit. I think it's egregious in my mind. I think it's egregious. And just like you say, Bobby, consenting adults, I don't care what you're getting out of it. If you said it was okay and you got something out of the bag, my wife is getting me to wash dishes and clean the car out. Same deal. You know what I'm saying?
No comment.
Same deal. You know what I mean?
Notion Farahi.
But
Raji.
and then y'all catch me on Fridays, man. Audible Sports Podcast. Y'all know what it is.
Audible Sports Podcast with Bobby G. John, AP. So real quick, what you doing? Come on, because we gotta go.
Lock it in tomorrow morning, Sunday morning.
Oh wait, you said lock it in. We gotta lock it in. We got the sound effect.
Lock it in tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, Sunday night post game. I believe it's Jays, Commanders, and Tampa Bay. We're going to talk about all of Wild Card Weekend. On the mat tomorrow night, Tuesday night, baseball show Wednesday. This past Wednesday, we talked AL Central. Next week, we'll be talking NL Central. And then after that is AL East, NL East. So
you trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Bobby, you ain't know we had that.
Hey Jay, what you Jay, man? What we doing next week? We got stuff, right? We got more things.
Nothing, man. I'm about to go to a sports clips, and
at 11:30 at night.
You got appointments open.
I mean, it's hairdressers. I mean, she's all right. I thought she was, hating because she was. I thought she looked like Skip Bayless's wife.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah. That I would have been hating if I looked like her. Huh?
Wow.
What?
Just you about to go get your haircut by, or your maintenance by 80-year-old woman.
No, I'm saying though, like if that hairstyle, I'm sorry, I'm not doing anything this week. But if that hairstylist looked like Skip Bayless's wife, I would have been spilling the beans because I know she's not getting none. But the stylist, she looks pretty, like she's very attractive. So
these are not unattractive women in any way.
Now,
these are all mature women.
Skip Bayless's wife looks like the Grunge.
Ernestine.
What was that movie called? The Grunge? Was that the
Grunge?
I thought you said the Grinch. I was like, yeah.
I mean, The Ring. She looks like the girl just crawled out the hole.
Wow. Ernestine Scalfani.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Yeah. So Yo, if I had a wife like Skip Bayless, I would be offering somebody 1.5 million too.
1 point. And that's the thing. I hate. Once again, one of these days, I would hope to meet these people and shake their hands and say, "You need to
chill out with Robert."
But bro, listen, I can't imagine if my wife found out I offered a trick 50 cents.
No, you're a trick if you offer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if I offered a 50 cents, boy, I would be. But 1.5. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm really getting off of it. If he said 1.5, I bet you that's not the first time somebody took $1 million. It just
damn, man. When you that old, your wife don't leave you. That's the sad part.
The wife's staying. She gonna stay through everything. She know what and that's the thing. He know what he gonna make her stay. Because if she leave, he losing way more than 1.5.
But that just don't sound believable, bro. I'm sorry.
To my 1.5 million?
Yeah, why am I gonna give you that when I can go to this website for $1,000 an hour though?
Not even $1,000, bro. You can get on the website. $40.
Like, get off
your house. Why would you do that when you could just be Ben Simmons and get paid for free?
There you go. Buy the book. $19.99.
No, serious.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That's a whole
1.5 million. 1.5, man. It's crazy, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a great show tonight.
Oh man,
I think this is where we ended, though, man. Once again,
Skip Bayless's wife, you be out here offering 1.5 million too.
1.5 million, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that number in mind. But that's Jay with the MIC. That's AP Allen Maryland. That's Bobby G. I'm your boy Kid. We had a great show. We really enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna be out of here. Make sure you tell a friend. We out of the building.
She looks terrible.